Welcome to the Golf Spotlight. I'm Ralph Irvin, and today we are talking about the new wedges. You've heard about them, you've seen them. We're going to talk about the new wedges from Cleveland Golf, and I'm joined by Senior Product Manager for Golf Clubs, and that's Brian Schelke. Brian, thanks for talking to us again.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Ralph, as always.
The new Cleveland RTX 3 wedges are a big step forward in terms of technology, playability, and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And it really starts with the center of gravity. In a lot of our research, we found that the wedge center of gravity is kind of creep a little bit towards the hosel or the heel. And so when you hit it in the center of the face, it actually acts like an off-center impact, and you lose a little bit of spin, lose a little bit of consistency. So with the RTX 3 wedges, we took a look at the weighting. We hollowed out a little section underneath the hosel, and we made the hosel a fraction shorter to move 9 grams of mass towards the center of the face and move the sweet spot more in line with where people actually hit the ball.
And people probably noticed this without really noticing it. Maybe tried to play the ball closer to the hosel, and of course when you do that with a wedge, then you get into real trouble. So this really will play well, but it's also going to help people from making a bad mistake.
Yeah, exactly. And when you look at the kind of impact patterns, especially of better players who kind of naturally find the sweet spot, a lot of times it's a little bit towards the heel, and because they found that sweet spot. But if we can put it more in the center of the face, then everyone can hit in the center and have more consistency, even if they hit it in the center, toe, or heel.
People are going to talk about the center of gravity. That's the big story. But it's not the only story with this club, because you've reinvigorated your groove pattern so that you actually have more grooves on the face.
Yeah, exactly. We do a lot of research and tests from various lies, different golf ball types, wet conditions, dry conditions, and through that iterative testing, we've refined our tour zip groove to be just slightly better and specifically more consistent from the rough, where most people lose the most amount of spin when they go from the fairway to the rough. So we've really focused in on maximizing spin from the rough and consistency from the rough, so golfers know exactly how the ball is going to come out and fly each time.
One thing that's also helping get through the rough is a new reinvigorated sole that just the shape is going to help move the club through the swing.
Yeah, exactly. And we're really excited about the 3 new V-sole grinds. They're kind of a V shape, and what that does is the leading edge has a little bit more bounce to it, so it can get in and out of the turf faster, maintaining speed, but also feeling a lot better through the turf. Very tour-driven. Those guys don't want to take big divots when they hit down on it. They want the club to slide in and out of the turf pretty quickly. But then we removed material from the trailing edge to keep that versatility so you can still open the face and hit those lob shots.
One thing that we've talked about in the past, and I know will continue into the future because it's crucial with wedge choice, is exactly that, choosing, figuring out which is the right wedge for you. And with Cleveland Golf, you guys make that a lot easier.
Yeah, exactly. We have the dot system, so the 2 dots kind of standard bounce, the 1 dot's the lowest effective bounce, and then the 3 dots kind of a more full sole, higher effective bounce. And then we also have a wedge analyzer out there, so someone can take a couple swings and it measures your attack angle and shaft lean at impact and a few other metrics, and then it recommends the right sole for your swing and your turf conditions.
Well, if people want more information about the new wedges or want to find out more about the wedge analyzer, where can they get that information?
Yeah, clevelandgolf.com or clevelandgolf.com/RTX3, and it's right there.
All right, Brian, thanks as always for the time.
Cool. Thanks, Ralph.
I want to thank Brian Schelke for joining us here on the Golf Spotlight. Join us next time as we continue to give you the information that you need for your next golf purchase.